Hey.
Wow, you two sure have a lot to say. Wow. So you are gonna hunt people? Wow. If they don't subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe down below, or these two Valentine's Day girls will come to your house and haunt you. So subscribe down below.
Hey.
Or one of these girls will haunt you.
Hello everyone. I hope you enjoyed those new clips. The clips will keep changing weekly as we develop the idea. But you better listen to those dolls because they're not lying. When you subscribe, also hit the bell notification because some people come and say later on that they missed the stream but they wish they could have made it. So if you hit the notification bell, you actually get alerted when we're live and it will push you to try and make the live. So, yeah. That way you don't miss out. You don't have to just watch the replay and you can interact with us whilst the stream goes on.
Thank you. Okay, oh, there's nobody on yet. Okay, I totally forgot to pick my...
I've only just picked mine shortly before we started. I can do something. Okay, I can actually do something whilst we wait for people to come in and whilst I wait for you to pick yours. I did get something. I told you that, didn't I? I did get something today.
Yeah.
So I can unbox that. Okay, so I'll tell you what, I'll give you one more guess on what you think it could be. To be honest, you may not get it because it was just a throwaway thing I said, so you may not remember. But it's not the Belle Versailles one. It's a different one.
Is it vintage?
No. See, it was just maybe it was just a throwaway thing. That I'd said that I'd seen it or something.
Angel Muse.
No, that's a good guess. All right, I'm just gonna tell you. Okay. It is the one that I saw during my TK Maxx video, and I saw it, but I didn't get it. But now I have got it.
Gosh,
this is Calvin Klein Reveal for Women.
How did I forget that?
And I just went back to the store and picked it up. So I'm going to do a live unboxing and first impression. One of the things that made me go ahead and buy it is I went on Fragrantica whilst I was in the store and I looked at the page for it, and there's that category where it says female, male, more female, more. But the most, the highest rated thing was unisex, so it made me want to buy it. So,
that's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely unisex. I'm going to post in that one crazy group.
Yeah.
That real bright fragrance. Oh yeah, ASMR.
When I was on the tills and she was trying to put the she has to scan that thing so that the security tag wouldn't go off, and she was there for a good few minutes trying to get it to work.
Oh, yeah, they
right.
put all
This
kinds of security stuff on
this
there.
Is a big bottle. Well, how many milliliters is this? Can't see how much is. This is probably what? Is that 100 ml?
I think it is.
I've got the big one. Is yours this big?
Yeah, it's 100 ml. Yeah, you have the big one.
Cool. I like the bottle. It's unique. I might have to put it in the list. Wow, it comes out like this. Okay. That's cool. Okay, I'm going to get my first impressions. I have got the notes up, so I'll have a look at them. So what do you think of this one, Kay?
I love it.
Yeah, you saying you liked it made me want to buy it too.
It's like I don't actually wear it anymore because I want to save it because it's discontinued.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, that's
Like
cool.
precious to me, and I've already used a quarter of it, so it's one of my favorite summer fragrances.
It smells good. It smells kind of familiar. Definitely unisex. It smells like there's a sweetness in there, but I don't know where that's coming from.
The
Is that,
cashmere woods, I
that
think.
cashmereans in there? Yeah, it's really nice. I'll just say, like straight off the bat, it's like really nice, really pleasant. I would totally wear it, and I will wear it. In fact, there's definitely a saltiness. I know there's a salt note distinct to ambergris, and ambergris can give that sort of like saltiness as well. Three kinds of pepper listed: black, white, and pink pepper. There's definitely a pepperiness in there. But what I'm loving at the moment is that sweetness. There's a definite sweetness in there. So it's like a salt. The weird does it sound like a salty sweetness, which kind of works. Like when you think of over here, we have salted caramel, and that's I really enjoy that. Like in desserts, it's like so you get the saltiness and the sweetness. So it's kind of this is kind of gourmand for me. I like the salt. It's kind of like
Now,
a salted caramel vibe.
this in comparison to Olympia, this is like tame gourmand compared to Olympia. Olympia is like gourmand, like you could tell it's vanilla, like it's salted vanilla. And then in this one, it's like a beachy salt kind of. You can like picture yourself at the beach for me. And I mean, I do get that sweetness in there, but for me, it's so like I guess because I've been used to Olympia in comparison, it's so subtle. That's what makes it unisex, which is awesome.
Yeah, it makes it unisex, and it's also not super heavy. So although I'm getting a lot of sweetness, it's still light enough that I would wear it in the heat as well. It's really good.
I never talk about this one because like it's discontinued, so I don't like think about it because I stick it in the corner of my cabinet.
Oh, so good. Oh, it's so good. I'm really glad I picked this one up. So
It is.
my final, I can't say it's my final thoughts. My first impression is incredible on this. This is Calvin Klein Reveal, a great, unique, unisex, sweet, salted caramel-esque summer fragrance. So yeah.
Oh, like kettle popcorn, kind of like kettle corn, sweet popcorn. Yeah.
Yeah, because some popcorn is both sweet and salted as well.
Yeah.
Okay, well, people may not be flooding in because we're streaming at a unique time and day. It is a Tuesday, and everyone's probably working. So maybe we should just get straight into the topic, and hopefully people come in or watch it on the replay. So I know you were sort of like maybe still deciding on what you were going to talk about. So I've already got my 5 decided, so I guess I'll start us off. My first unique fragrance within my like top 5 unique fragrances is one that I picked up during our TK Maxx video, and it's called I've been wearing this. I said on Dan's stream I was wearing this. Chic for Men by Carolina Herrera. And the reason I think this is unique is because it smells a bit strange. Like as soon as you smell it, it's hard to actually determine what it is. It's kind of like a weird green smell, even though it's not supposed to be a green fragrance. But Carolina Herrera 212, which was released a few years before this, is extremely similar to this, and that is a green fragrance. That's probably where I'm getting that from. But it has a unique breakdown of having watermelon and cinnamon as the most prominent notes. So I guess if I'll apply more because it's my scent of the day. I guess it's hard to describe because it's an odd smell. It's kind of a green smell, but I guess if you try and talk about what notes you get the most, it is the watermelon and the cinnamon. So it's like a unique sort of there's not many fragrances that I've tried, and I've tried a lot of fragrances that have watermelon listed. There is a Lacoste one. It's called Lacoste Noir or something like that. But yeah, you'll get the watermelon and you'll get the cinnamon if you try and pick out notes. But if you
That's
go
such
out and
a
wear it,
weird combo.
yeah, yeah,
Who would have thought?
yeah. I actually picked it up because I do think I remember Dan mentioning it at some point. So I only usually blind buy stuff if I've heard things about it before. So yeah, that's my first choice. Definitely unique, but really good, really good, likable as well. So that's my first choice.
All right, so my first unique fragrance for women is Lalique Le Parfum. And this fragrance came out in 2005. And what makes this fragrance so unique is it has a bay leaf note, which is rare in female fragrances. So this fragrance was done by a super famous perfumer, Dominique Ropion. I hope I'm saying that right. But yeah, so this one is vanilla, bay leaf, tonka, red pepper or pink pepper, sandalwood, heliotrope, almond, patchouli, jasmine, and bergamot. So it's just beautiful composition. I have not smelled anything that smells similar to this fragrance, and to me, that makes it super unique. The bay leaf and the vanilla combo is like a savory, sweet combo, and it just works really good. Ooh, Autumn's. Hi, Autumn.
Hi, Autumn.
But yeah, I love this one. I need to get a backup bottle because I flew through this. So yeah, I love this one.
Okay, my next pick, and it kind of is inspired what you said. When you can't think of anything that smells like it, it's called Gucci Envy for men. Have you ever tried this one, or have you tried the women's one, Kay?
I'm not really a Gucci fan.
Yeah, they do suck. Their new ones suck, but they had
Yeah, I was
they
gonna
had
say.
a,
I mean, my
yeah,
best friend loves Gucci perfume, so I can't say they suck because she's obsessed with like Gucci Bloom, and she loves jasmine and like white flowers, so that's her thing.
yeah, the men's ones certainly suck. The new ones. You've got the Guilty line. Hey, what's up, Vanilla Wafers? And DJ Alex D rocking those decks. Um, yeah, so I don't know if do you know if the women's one's discontinued? Have you
The
seen that?
original
Yeah,
Gucci, yeah,
Gucci
they
and
discontinued all of the Gucci Envy, the pink bottle with like the long. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's discontinued, but you could still find it.
yeah,
I think they had a lot of stock.
yeah. See, I think the women's one is easier to get hold of, but the men's one, this is on eBay for like between $300 and $500.
Ooh.
So this is really hard to get hold of. So just for anyone watching, if you think about the women's one, no, that's easier to get hold of. This is a very, very rare one. I bought a partial and they didn't have the lid for it, and I got it extremely cheaply. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have bought it. So I'm not spending like £300, £500, whatever. Oh, Dan said Gucci Guilty Absolute. That one's really good. I was actually looking to buy that just recently. But apart from that, their Guilty line is pretty trash. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, back to this one. This is the reason this is unique is because if you enjoy this smell, that's why it's difficult, because you kind of are forced to buy it because there's not many things that smell like this. There was one called Carven Homme by Carvan, so they made a Carven Homme, which was very similar to this, but that's also discontinued. So that used to be an alternative for this, but now that's discontinued. The other one that people talk about is by Floris, and it's called Eau de Santal by Floris. And I've had a bottle of that. That's really good. But it's still missing something. It's missing the most unique thing about this one, which is the ginger note. So what makes this one so unique, and my favorite part of it is it has a very prominent ginger note, but it's like a fresh zingy ginger note, like fresh, like very springtime, like green, like the bottle says. And then it has a mixture of like sandalwood, incense, and tobacco in the base. So it has like a very fresh ginger opening with some sweetness and smokiness in the base. It's incredible. It's so good, especially when you wear it. I had samples or small, very small miniatures of this, so it wasn't a blind buy. And I've always loved it. It's definitely one of my favorite fragrances of all time. And it's definitely unique because I can't find anything that smells like this. I wish they would bring it back. Gucci.
I bet you were really happy to find it.
Yeah. Especially as I didn't have to pay so much for it.
Yeah. All right. Thank God for good deals. Let's see. We got Memoir here from Amouage. And this fragrance is... Oh, the camera's up here. Okay, so this fragrance is from 2010. And this fragrance is an incense fragrance with wormwood, clove, leather, cardamom, and then a bunch of other base notes. But the reason this fragrance is unique to me is that lovely wormwood note. So you're getting the... I don't know if everybody in here knows what wormwood is. It's a psychedelic substance that you put in a drink called absinthe back in the old days, and people would get crazy and lucid off this drink, that so much so they had to ban it. So I love stories like that when it comes to fragrance. So wormwood in here makes this fragrance unique, but this fragrance kind of has like this dark plum feel to it, even though there's no plum note listed. And it's just like incense gives me dark, rich plum that's being kind of like stewed or really heated up. And it's jammy, and then there's the spicy clove and the leather. It's super unique, and the wormwood gives a greenness and kind of a licorice sort of undertone to it. But yeah, I love Amouage Memoir. It's super gothic, super creepy kind of fragrance. I wear this on Halloween every year. So yeah, Amouage Memoir.
Right, can I just say thank you so much for explaining what wormwood was, because it's in my next choice, and it was one of the main notes, and I had no idea how to describe it.
Oh, that works out then.
Yeah, I knew it had something to do with absinthe, but like thinking back to this fragrance, I can't, like, maybe because I didn't know what wormwood was, I didn't know how to pick it out. So my next choice is another Amouage, and it's called Opus 2. So this is from their library collection. I bought a whole bottle of this at Harrods. I went in and I smelled the whole Amouage line. He showed me the interludes. He showed me Crimson Rocks, which I want to revisit because I know you really like it, Kay, don't you? I've been watching your videos. So that's Crimson Rocks is probably the only other Amouage I want to revisit. He showed me the interludes, which I really liked. And then he showed me the whole library collection. And the one that stood out is Opus 2. This fragrance is very unique because it's what you mainly get is a mixture of incense and lavender. So it's a very strange combination. Amouage is a Middle Eastern brand, so a lot of their fragrances are either very sweet or they're very oody and heavy, smoky. So I was quite taken aback when he showed me Opus 2. My first impression when he showed it to me is that it kind of smelled like an old school masculine because of the lavender. But I didn't know what the notes were, so I smelled it and I said to him, I'll probably be back to buy this. So I'm just going to have a look at other things. When I looked at the notes, I saw there was the lavender in there. So that's where that, it's like a soapy lavender that's definitely reminiscent of old school masculine fragrances from like the 80s and the 70s. So you get that from the lavender, and then you get the incense, which does kind of smell. It does kind of make this smell like a library. It has like this thick, dusty, smoky smell that kind of smells like you're in a library or something. But yeah, because of that, it's kind of like a strange fragrance because it's like half old school masculine, half Middle Eastern. Lavender and incense. It's very unique. So if you like old school masculine fragrances and you like Middle Eastern ones, try out Opus 2 by Amouage, because it's kind of like the best of both worlds and it's different to other fragrances. That's my next choice. Oh, you're muted.
Whoops. Okay. My next choice is Kenzo Jungle La Elephant. This fragrance is a super spicy fragrance with like fruit and vanilla. So there's mango in here, making it wearable year round. I find that I can wear it in the summer and that mango really shines. And then in the winter you wear it and it's more about the spices and the vanilla. And so the spices in here are clove, coriander, cumin, a bunch of spices that start with C, caraway seed, and there's heliotrope in here, making it kind of powdery with the vanilla. But this is one of my favorite fragrances. I wear it every year around Thanksgiving. It definitely works beautifully around Christmas as well. It kind of, people that don't like this fragrance say it smells like poo puree, pop puree. I don't know how to say it. That stuff that was in the bathroom in the 90s that was like fake dried flowers and stuff that they made smell like a fragrance, like cinnamon and stuff. They say that this reminds of that. But I like it. So yeah. Can I do my other two quickly and leave you for a minute? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So Lienstock de Guerlain. This one is unique because it is a honey magnolia fragrance with the Guerlainade base, which is a vanilla iris base, which is in all of the female Guerlain fragrances. And this one, the magnolia and the honey in here make it unique. The honey gives it a sweetness. It works for spring. It works really good for the transition between winter and spring because it is so gourmand, but yet it also has the florals in here. I like it. I think it's unique. It has this really cool purple hue on the bottom. This is a vintage bottle of it, but yeah. And then Roses Berbrenza. This one is a boozy, jammy rose fragrance. There's rum in here. There is pistachio. There's jammy roses, but the pistachio in here is what makes it super duper unique. It kind of gives it like this weird opening, like kind of like weird, nasty, stinky feet for a second on skin. But if you can get over that, or if that doesn't smell like that to you, then you're lucky, because a lot of people get that smell, but it's worth it to get to the fragrance because it only lasts a couple seconds. And the fragrance itself is really sexy, great for Valentine's. It's really beautiful. I love the Lancome bottles, but yeah, I have to go sign my taxes. So
okay, I'll cover you.
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so I'm seeing that DJ Alex said in the chat. He said, "Do you guys like the new Armani Code?" I got a sample of the new EDT. To me, it's not better than the old one. I didn't know there was a new EDT. I knew there was a new Parfum, and I've not tried the EDP because I know there's an EDT, an EDP, and a Parfum. The Parfum's supposed to be the newest, and I've not heard any good things about it because I know it's I think very similar to the original, and I've not tried the EDP, which is also a recent release. But the EDT, I bought that like last year at some point, and I really liked it. Just the original, the 2004 Armani Code. It's good. It's just like a mixture of freshness and sweetness, and I think it's good. You know, I'm not a snob against it. My next choice, for anyone who wasn't here, I've just picked this up. This is called Calvin Klein Reveal for women, and it's totally unisex. Oh, it's really good as well. It's discontinued, but I got this at TJ Maxx today, so it might be at your local TJ Maxx. It's like sweet and salty at the same time, so that's a very good one. If you want to hear more about that one, I did speak about it at the beginning because I actually unboxed it on the stream. My next choice is called Loewe Rochas. I don't have a bottle of this one because I'm not fortunate enough to have a bottle of this one. However, I did sample it extensively. I had a few samples actually. I found a way of getting like 5 samples cheaply. I had them all sent together. It is a unique fragrance. I hadn't smelled anything like it. It's a citrusy, smoky fragrance, and it has neroli in the opening. But as a whole, it's a dark fragrance. So I've heard some people describe it as a dark neroli, which in itself is a very unique way of describing a fragrance. So you have a couple of fresh notes in the opening. You have neroli and lemon. So that's how it opens. It opens with 2 fresh notes and then immediately just goes to dark notes. So you get a lot of cedarwood, amber, patchouli, and vanilla's listed, but you don't really get that. There's pretty much no sweetness in this fragrance. It's a very sharp, dusty, dry fragrance. But it has that fresh opening, even though it is that, so it's unique. So the cedarwood is very prominent, probably the most prominent note as a whole. So it does get compared to Gucci Pour Homme, which was released the same year as this. They were both released in 2003, and they're both by the same perfumer, Michel Almerac. So he's done a couple of different takes on the Gucci Pour Homme DNA over the years. He made Gucci Pour Homme, which is like a smoky cedarwood fragrance. He then did this one, which is a smoky, fresh cedarwood fragrance. He also did Bentley Ferment Absolute, I think about 11 years later in 2014, which is very similar to the Gucci. Oh, I'm getting a bit of feedback. Never mind. And he also did one for a niche brand that I can't remember. I think it's called Papyrus Oud. And I think that was the Papyrus Oud is what Gucci Pour Homme was originally supposed to be. It's like the closest thing. I think that's originally how he wanted it to smell, but when he showed it to Gucci, they wanted it toned down a bit. That's what I've heard somewhere. It may not be true. So yeah, this guy, Michel Almerac, he has a whole lineage on this DNA. And it's a fantastic DNA, and I think this is definitely the most unique take on it. So if you like the sound of a dark neroli fragrance, then see if you can find a sample. I wouldn't recommend blind buying it because it's too much money to blind buy. So you get the you get the neroli, which is fresh. Then you get like loads of dark notes. I kind of get like a smokiness. I get a smokiness, but there's no incense listed. So I think that could be coming from. I think it could be coming from the lemon. I think it's like a mixture of the lemon and the cedarwood or something, or the patchouli. So it gives like the illusion of incense, but incense isn't listed. So it's like a dark, smoky fragrance. That is my last choice. Kate is away. I'm going to drop the link if anyone wants to jump on, because if anyone wants just to chat or talk about fragrances, I've dropped the link because Kay is away for a while. Hang on. I'm probably going to go for like 5 minutes more. I'm going to give the opportunity for someone to jump on. If not, we'll end it soon. Feel free to talk about a fragrance that's unique or just chat about whatever. And yeah, for anyone that wasn't here, I picked up this. I see Margie's in the chat. I want to know, Margie, have you tried Calvin Klein Reveal for women? This is a discontinued gem. It's really good. It's like a sweet, salty fragrance. What's up, Clean? What's up, everybody? Okay, we're going to call it there. We've had some technical difficulties. Feel free to watch the replay, though. We've talked about some great fragrances, some really unique fragrances. So, yeah, it was good to see you guys. And stay tuned for more content.
Hi. I'm back. So anybody on here? Yeah.
Yeah. Hi. Hi. Hi.
Wow, you two sure have a lot to say. Wow. So you are gonna haunt people? Wow. If they don't subscribe? Okay, so they better subscribe and like this video and comment down below, or these two little babies are gonna haunt your dreams. Like, comment, and subscribe down below, or these two Valentine's Day girls will come to your house and haunt you. So subscribe down below.
Hi.
Or one of these girls will haunt you. Hello. You guys like my dolls?
The tax lady's really dumb. I'm sorry. I had to go across the street to sign papers. And then he came back. Oh boy. Oh well, okay. Hi, bye. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe, and all that jazz. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Peace.